Hello and welcome to the program from the State Assemblies. This is where we review legislative activities across State Houses of Assembly. On this episode, Kebbi Assembly passes law mandating medical tests before marriage. Ogun Assembly demands urgent action over chieftaincy dispute in Iroquois community. Plus, Benue Assembly swears in new clerk and deputy clerk. Details of this and more stories will be coming your way shortly. I am your host, Amina Seidu. Thank you for staying with us. In the week under review, Kebbi State House of Assembly has passed the Premarital Medical Examination Bill 2025 into law. The new law requires prospective couples to undergo medical screening before marriage. Assembly correspondent Jafar Yusuf Illo reports that the law aims to promote healthy marriages and informed decision-making among couples planning to get married.
Premarital medical screening is a crucial step in preparing for a healthy and fulfilling marriage. This screening involves a series of medical tests and consultation that helps prospective couples understand their health status and potential genetic risk.
1. It will safeguard health-intending couples and future generations. 2. Ensuring effective coordination with health institutions and relevant agencies. 3. Guarantee compliance while respecting cultural and religious sensitivities. 4. Ensuring the laws achieve its purpose without creating undue hardship. After robust and constructive discussions, the committee made a necessary amendment where appropriate and subsequently approved the bill with recommendations for its passage into law.
The chairman of the House Committee on Health, Aminu Abubakar Gulumbe, presented Bill number KBHA/003/2025 before the plenary. The bill successfully scaled its first, second, and third readings and was referred to the Committee of the Whole. It was later passed into law. The chairman stressed that henceforth no person shall formalize any marriage without a medical certificate issued by a qualified medical doctor in respect of both parties, if the bill is assented by the Kebbi State Governor. He explained that any person who contravenes this section of the bill commits an offense and shall be liable to a fine of up to 1 million naira or a 1-year jail term.
The bill is strict on offenders, like a medical practitioner who issues a fake certificate or a false certificate, he gets a 1-year jail term or a fine of 1 million naira. While the clergy who ties the knot without receiving a formal certificate gets 200,000 naira fine or 6 months imprisonment. And for both parties, that the couple and for each of them who also violates this law gets 200,000 naira or 6 months jail term.
Additionally, at the plenary, the State and Local Government Contributory Pension Bill 2025 and Kebbi State Information Technology Development Agency Establishment Bill 2025 received their first readings and were committed to the appropriate committees for legislative action.
Now, the Ogun State House of Assembly has called for the immediate intervention of the state government and security agencies to address security concern brewing up in Iroquois community, Ogun Waterside local government area, over planned installation of traditional ruler from neighboring Ondo State on the Ogun State community. Speaker of the House of Assembly, Ulidaise Lemide, made the call during the inter-agency engagement with stakeholders held at the Assembly complex. Parliamentary correspondent Yemida Lemo completes the report.
Iroquois is a border community between Ogun and Ondo State in Ogun Waterside State constituency. Before now, there has been several attempts by the neighboring state to claim the community, which by all evidence, including land documentation and historical facts, remains part of Ogun State. The stakeholders' engagement is thus to seek immediate deployment of more security personnel to the area and advocate physical infrastructural development projects to the border communities to further take charge of the areas so as to ward off unwarranted incursion by the boundary communities like Irokun.
The land belongs to Ogun State, and the king is enthroned by Ogun State. So they are now saying we should wade in to see that such anomaly, such aberration, and such taboo should not be allowed or entertained.
At the meeting with the stakeholders, including the State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, representatives of the State Boundary Commission and State Surveyor General, traditional rulers and Commissioner of Police, Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, the gathering agreed that efforts should be made at preventing installation of traditional ruler from neighboring states on the Ogun State land, as such could threaten the existing peace in the boundary communities.
The Irokun land that we are talking about belongs to Ogun State. Either geographically, sir, historically, or otherwise, it belongs to Ogun State. Even the office of the Olorokun of Irokun in the Gazette is Ogun State.
Mr. Speaker, what we are here for, I believe, very strongly, is solution. And one of the solutions that I would prefer is, one, the issue of security. Two, we need to make infrastructure available in that area so that those people in that community will feel the presence of government, at least in the state.
So our prayer to the government right now is that the government should take firm ownership of all its boundary lands, especially Irokun, where there is trouble now. We have similar thing in Emakun, we have similar thing in Odeumi, all our boundary area, even in Tebu.
We registered our complaint, and then we are employing the government to please to do something immediately, so that all this illegal something will not happen in our area. So we are pleading to them.
Traditional ruler of Abigi and Onirokun of Irokun, while appreciating the state government for their various interventions in the past, appealed that more infrastructural development in the area will ward off invaders. The Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly and the gathering therefore called on security agencies to make their presence more visible in the area, as well as government to make their presence to be more felt in the community.
In another development, Speaker Benue State House of Assembly, Mr. Alfred Emberger, has sworn in Mr. Bem Fasema Mela as the new clerk of the House and Mr. Adole Francis Adole as deputy clerk. This follows a correspondence transmitted to the House by the chairman of the Benue State House of Assembly Commission, Gohemba Agaibi. Assembly correspondent Grace Ichekpa has more.
That I will regretfully discharge the duties of the office of the clerk
of the Benue State House of Assembly.
Of the Benue State House of Assembly.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Speaker Benue State House of Assembly, Mr. Alfred Emberger, while swearing in the clerk and his deputy, charged them to carry out their constitutional duties without any fear or favor. In another development, member representing Ohimini State constituency, Mr. Ochekliye Agbo Isaac, moved a motion calling on the governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, to reinstitutionalize the Ministry of Culture and Tourism to boost the revenue of the state. In a related development, member representing Kwande East constituency, Mr. Samuel Anyomato, called on the state government to establish more agro-allied industries to enhance food production and processing, increase revenue base of the state, and improve the gross domestic product and per capita income for agro-business operators.
The journey is still far, as the state is nowhere near to be addressed as an industrialized state. The basis of which there is still very high number of unemployment as consequent low per capita income of individuals of this great state.
you see that these are very, very important and good companies that if put into use, if the government of the day will put them into use, it will also help, not just in the employment of our people, but our farmers will also continue to smile.
We all know that Benue State is an agrarian state. And the much of us that are engaged in farming activities, we farm, and most of the time our farm products get perished. Why? Because the off-takers that will come to collect this farm produce are not there.
The executive arm of government be urged to establish more agro-allied industries to encourage mass production of agricultural produce by farmers, increase value addition, increase production activities in the state, to raise the gross domestic product, GDP of the states, and per capita income.
Still in Benue, the Benue State House of Assembly has dissolved principal officers of the House and appointed some members in the interim to oversee the affairs of the House. The affected principal officers are the Majority Leader, Majority Chief Whip, Deputy Majority Leader, and Deputy Majority Whip, among others. Again, Assembly correspondent Grace Ichekwa has more.
The new principal officers include Thomas Dugeri, Majority Leader, Abraham Jabi, Deputy Majority Leader, Abu Umaru, Minority Leader, and Sefas Diako, Deputy Minority Leader. Others are Cyril Ikong, Majority Chief Whip, Simon Gabu, Deputy Majority Chief Whip, Samuel Gigi, Minority Chief Whip, and Moses Egbodo, Deputy Minority Chief Whip. Speaker of the House, Alfred Mbega, while announcing the names of the new principal officers, says the change takes immediate effect.
Apart from the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, starting from Majority Leader down to the rest, it should be dissolved. Say aye. Aye. Those against the bill.
In another development, 3 bills were debated on, scaled through third reading, and passed into law.
HB 51, a bill for law to amend the College of Education Personal Law and for purposes connected with 2024, and HB 52, a bill for law to amend the College of Education Law and for purposes connected with 2025 be confirmed as the law. Pass it to law, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The both bills have been passed into the law. Again, the House also debated on the report of the House Standing Committee on Higher Education on HB 21, a bill for law to amend the Reverend Father Moses Osho Dasu University Law 2020 and other matters connected there with 2024.
Also during plenary, a report by the House Standing Committee on Human Health and Services and a bill for a law to make provision for the establishment of Benue State College of Nursing and Midwifery, Makudi 2024, was presented on the floor of the House for legislative action by a member representing Kwande West and Majority Leader Thomas Dugeri.
You're watching the program from the State Assemblies, a program that reviews legislative activities in the State House of Assembly across the nation. We now take a break. When we return, Delta Assembly dismisses petition over ex-college staff retirement as Sokoto Assembly moves to tackle banditry and poor infrastructure. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the marketing department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
We now take you to Delta State, where the Delta State House of Assembly has dismissed a petition on the alleged unlawful premature retirement of Silverland Oriserejo from the service of the College of Education, Warri, for lack of merit. Godfrey Nzeku reports.
The House Committee on Public Petitions, led by the chairman Matthew Omonade, presented its report on the alleged unlawful premature retirement of Silverland Oriserejo from the service of the College of Education, Warri. The committee's report detailed the investigative hearing, the petitioner's case, respondents' submission, committee's findings and recommendation, which was thereafter adopted after unanimous support from members of the House. Following the adoption, the Speaker Amumu Timiguo instructed the clerk to communicate the resolution of the House to the management of the College of Education, Warri.
While the primary school testimonial was bearing Delta State and carried the name Oriserejo Silverland MT, the primary school certificate had on it the name Oriserejo Maxim and issued by Midwestern State of Nigeria, and that they could not have been the same person, even though both documents had 1974 as the year of examination and graduation. Even the year of entrance into Horsey College Warri in 1973 and the year of graduation of 1978, 5 years from the admission date, it should be said, in fact, that 5 years after admission, the petitioner should be the same person graduating. That from the uncontroverted evidence, it is undeniable that the petitioner is neither the same person as Maxim Oriserejo, nor was he born on the 20th May 1964. Rather, from the records, the petitioner was born on 20th May 1959. Now, the petitioner ordinarily ought to have retired on 20th May 2019. That the petitioner was due for retirement and was duly retired from the service of the College of Education, Warri. The retirement of the petitioner from service by the first respondent was not premature and not unlawful. Rather, it was the petitioner who, through fraudulent means, tied his apron string to the first respondent and collected salaries and other emoluments for additional 3 years. That this petition is frivolous, baseless, vexatious, and gold digging.
I think members will not be ready to debate this particular petition because it is very clear. It is very clear to everyone. So let me just put the question straight. Those in favor of the recommendations in the report of the committee that the committee urges the House to discontinue this petition for lack of merit and dismiss it, and that the committee urges the House to affirm the retirement of the petitioner from the College of Education, Warri, that the committee urges the House to bar the petitioner from presenting this petition again before the Delta State House of Assembly. Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Earlier, the Speaker welcomed members back from their annual recess.
Moving on, Kano State House of Assembly has adopted 10 motions aimed at boosting infrastructural development across various parts of the state. Samira Hamisushira reports that improved healthcare delivery was a major highlight of the deliberations during the plenary.
It was a plenary dominated by requests and secondments by the lawmakers, each struggling to deliver their constitutional mandate. Provision of primary healthcare facilities was centered upon. Hafiz Gambo presented a request for the upgrade of Bunkura Primary Healthcare to the status of a general hospital. His counterpart from Karai, Ahmad Ibrahim, also proposed the construction of new primary healthcare facility at Zango. For Abdullahi Yahya, his proposal focused on the renovation and fencing of Government Girls College Gizawa, while Ali Muhammad of BBG called on the state government to renovate Kaswar and Kifi at Dakatsalli. Meanwhile, Yusuf Aliyu Daneji urged the state government to construct a bridge that links Yakasai B to Jawala GSM market. Lawmakers that presented the plights of their communities during the plenary include Garbashi Hufamar of Kibia and Salah Ahmed Marki of the Wakin Tufa, all centered on provision of roads linking different parts of their constituency, an effort aimed at emancipating the plight of the electorate, especially during the rainy season.
Now, worried by the escalating attacks by bandits and increasing demand for better roads infrastructure in parts of Sokoto State, the State House of Assembly has approved 2 separate motions seeking immediate government intervention in a crucial step towards improving the living standards of the electorate, especially in the face of the growing challenges. This motion of urgent public importance were presented by members of the Assembly representing Kebbi, Sokoto North and Dengishuni constituencies. Legislative correspondent Sheikh Yusuf Anka tells us more.
Legislation is designed to transform lives of the people and ensure they enjoy the dividend of democracy. In line with this, and as a matter of public importance, the member representing Kebbi constituency in the 10th Assembly, Samaila Hamisu, presented a motion calling on the state government and relevant authorities to come to the aid of his constituency, following the persistent insecurity among other challenges in the constituency. The situation has displaced thousands of people across more than 30 villages, rendering them homeless and in need of temporary shelters and other daily necessities. Similarly, the member representing Sokoto North, Hussein Tukur Faru, moved a motion urging the state government to urgently renovate the Shehu Kangiwa Road, which starts from Eastern Bypass linking to Diga Agri in Sokoto Metropolis to ease transportation difficulties. Another motion was raised on the need to complement the General Hospital Dange and Dangashuni local government, as non-completion of the project has created serious health challenges for the residents.
Importance of health infrastructure, especially primary health care facility, where the large chunk of our people in the rural area visit to access medical care.
A well-constructed road to enhance commerce, ease transportation, improve safety, and uplift the living standard of our people.
Call on the state emergency management agency, SEMA, and National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide material to the affected communities.
In their separate contributions, members stressed the importance of the motions to the well-being of the electorate. After careful deliberations, the Deputy Speaker, Kabir Ibrahim Kwari, who presided over the plenary, announced the unanimous approval of the motions with an urgent call on the relevant authorities to take immediate action.
And finally, the Gombe State House of Assembly has inaugurated the 3rd session of the Gombe State Youth Parliament, with a call to action from the youths to play a vital role in shaping the state's future. Abbas Mikanu has details.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
The Gombe State Youth Parliament is designed to empower young people with essential skills in democratic values, leadership, and civic responsibilities. By fostering debate, dialogue, and inclusive participation, the platform aims to harness the energy and creativity of the youth to address complex challenges facing the state. Speaker of the Gombe State House of Assembly, Abubakar Muhammad Lugereu, represented by the Clerk of the House, Barrister Rukaya Adamu, expressed appreciation to the Governor for his inclusive governance and recognition of the youth contribution to nation building. He urged the youth to approach their responsibilities with a spirit of peace and dialogue.
Leadership is about service. Serve with humility, wisdom, courage, and together we build a state where every young person has the opportunity to dream, to contribute, and to thrive.
The youth of Gombe State are looking up to us to be their voice, their bridge, and their beacon of hope. Our work must therefore go beyond speeches and ceremonies. It must touch lives, open doors, and inspire change.
The Speaker of the Gombe State Youth Parliament, Aliyu Danladi, thanked the Governor and the House for empowering youth in and governance, while other speakers include the Gombe State Commissioner of Youth Development and the Clerk of the Youth Parliament contributed to the inaugural session.
Of the Section 105 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, that the person elected as the governor shall have powers to issue a proclamation for the holding of first session of the Parliament.
As emphasized, the Youth Parliament serves as a training ground for democratic values, debates, and civic responsibilities, recognizing that the future of Gombe State and Nigeria lies in the hands of its young people.
This is where we call it a day on this week's episode of the program from the State Assemblies. Remember, you can still watch this episode, news, and other programs on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I remain your host, Amina Said.